Hey guys, so I wanted to talk today about loneliness in relationships. And loneliness has been such a huge problem for a lot of the couples that I've seen. It's the type of thing that creeps into your relationship and then it just colors everything. Because when you feel lonely, you think my partner doesn't care about me. There must be something wrong with us. It feels so hopeless to be lonely because your relationship is really one place where you need to feel connected. And so the great thing about loneliness, if I can say that, is that it's actually, there's a lot of things that you can do to help how lonely you feel. You don't actually need to wait for your partner to change in order for you to feel better. Because as we know, when we put everything on our partner, when we expect them to change so that we can feel differently, we're often disappointed. And so the cool thing about loneliness is that there's actually things that you can do yourself to take control of the situation, to feel like you have agency over it and start feeling a little bit less lonely and a little more connected. So I'm going to share 2 ways that I've noticed have worked for my couples lately. These are not the only ways, but they're just 2 things that might be kind of different. You may not have really thought too much about these 2 things. So the first one is it's accessing that part of yourself that feels kind of childlike, kind of innocent, that loves to have fun, that part of yourself that can tend to disappear after a while of being in a long-term relationship because of all the responsibility and all the other stuff that goes on in long-term relationships. So it's accessing that part of yourself and just intentionally bringing that part of yourself out more when you're with your partner. So maybe this looks like, the 2 of you decide to go for a walk, and maybe, in your kind of adult responsible part of yourself that usually is out, you might think, okay, like, we're going to go for a walk, we're going to make it about exercise. And maybe that childlike part of yourself says, let's walk to the ice cream parlor and have some ice cream instead, right? So it's little things like that that you can just sort of honor and say, yeah, let's do that. Like, let's just have some fun. And you can bring that out. Now, your partner may or may not respond positively because they may not be used to this part of yourself. So there might be a bit of, a learning curve where they're like, what's gotten into you? But for the most part, they'll be delighted, because when one person in the relationship changes for the better, oftentimes it really influences the relationship quickly. And then the other partner gets to respond in a childlike, lighthearted way as well. And the other thing that you can do to sort of create more connection is really simple. It's just by choosing to share more of yourself with your partner. So this means sharing the stuff that's going on with you, sharing your hopes and dreams. It doesn't mean sharing what you're upset with your partner about. It's not like, let's be open about all the ways that you're awful and disappointing me. It's different. It's like, let's be open about the things that are going on in my life that are really affecting me. Let's be open about, this is something that happened to me today that I might not have told you about before. Maybe in the past, I would have just kept this win to myself, or I would have kept this small irritation to myself. But right now, I just want to share my life with you. I want to share bits of myself with you that maybe I was neglecting to share with you before. And so every single time you share a little teeny tiny bit of yourself with your partner, you're creating connection, you're creating opportunities for trust, right? You're showing them, this is who I am, this is what I'm experiencing, and you're allowing them in. So try those 2 things if you find that you're feeling a bit lonely in your relationship. Of course, there's more things that you can try. This is just kind of the tip of the iceberg. But if you are feeling lonely in your relationship, it's amazing how small shifts within yourself can really make a huge difference. And if you'd like more help with this, you can always reach out at jennathrani.com.